Hello and welcome to the back nine of round one of the 2024 PDGA Pro World Championships presented by Zuka. We are here in Lynchburg, Virginia at the New London Tech Disc Golf Course. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker. We're your two hockeys.
Woo! Honk.
Honk.
Okay. Yeah, it's a course designed by Paul Macbeth. If you missed the front nine for some reason and you're here now, it's wooded. We've never played here before. We're watching some really good golf. Holyn, Handley, 2 eagles on the front nine. That's insane. Paige Pierce right behind her, 4 down, bogey free, having some really good scrambling.
Eveliina throwing the disc really well, but coming up short on a lot of putts. Still navigating together a 3 down with the turkey there at the end of the front nine. Kristin Tattar also with a turkey, sprinkling some bogeys in there. Let's see if she can't clean it up on the back nine.
Hole 10 is a par 3, 444 feet. This is one that's definitely a distance separator. There's OB on both sides. It plays a bit downhill. Usually you're going to see flex shots to get all the way down here to this green. Elevated pin, some weird mozzarella sticks around it that don't really come into play.
Mm-mm. We theorized that we think that there was maybe a treehouse here before that was cut down sadly for the disc golf course.
Before its time.
Before its time.
Looking at Cap Murch coming off a couple birdies. Look at this late flipping shot. Gets the fade. I think she's on the dance floor.
Wow.
Man, this is a birdie that not everyone in the field is going to get.
I played mixed doubles with Kat, and she birdied it there as well.
Wow.
Like this, she's just getting this one. This is just part of her game plan.
She's got that shot shape.
See if Henna can get it as well.
Lower shot, some really nice turn on the disc before it fades.
Really fighting that wind.
Beautiful.
Huge skip. It's so impressive how Henna's disc can have so much spin still left on it after carrying that much ground. And a nice little tester on the elevated pin. A birdie on a hole that not many people in this field are able to even dream of getting.
Yeah, I feel like it's a trade-off. Mm-hmm. Hole 9, very easy par 5. Hole 10, not a lot of people going to get it.
Nope.
But a pretty simple par if you're not going nuts.
Holyn,
like this.
Yeah, Holyn going nuts. Really nice tree. Very friendly tree.
Love that tree. Eveliina with a Star Destroyer. Looking great. Get the skip.
Into circle 2. Only 8 competitors got to circle 2 in regulation.
Okay, I'm glad that they're not all parking it, honestly, because Kat and Henna made it look pretty dang easy.
They sure did.
It's not. Look at how hard it is. Kristin cut rolling back to the center.
The headwind looks a little bit more brisk than it was when my card came through. See a lot more tree movement.
Ooh.
Not going to stop Paige from airing this disc out.
This is an ESP drive. Inside the circle. Fantastic.
So when we see highlights on this hole, I was expecting to see like long circle 1 or circle 2 putts. The fact that we saw like Henna with a tap in is unreal. Holyn trying to scramble her par here.
Yeah, solid effort there.
Yeah, she had a much more difficult approach than most players seeing on this hole.
This is a bit awkward too. Kristin looks like she's going maybe out and around with that pure hyzer, but catches a branch.
OB comes up really fast.
I think she's good.
This is another situation where if you go deep side of the green, a lot of low ceiling, it makes putting on this elevated basket a little bit challenging.
Eveliina with a soft bid. The softest. Paige. From about 28 feet. That looked good. Just a bit left side.
She took a little bit off there. If you miss this basket, OB is pretty inevitable.
Kristin dealing with those branches, it looks like a little bit that Madison was talking about, but she sneaks it under and saves the par.
What a clutch putt. So there were only 3 birdies on this hole. We got to watch Kat and Henna get it. Holyn with a really nice scramble for her par. Natalie Ryan also got it from circle 1. I feel like that's going to be the most birdies we see on this hole in one day. That's 3 is a lot.
I am unwilling to take that bet for sure.
This played is the 3rd most difficult hole of the day.
Probably not a ton of bogeys, though, I'd imagine.
Weirdly, 35% of the field bogeyed.
Oh.
Yeah. I think maybe the elevated pin. I don't know.
Oh, sure. Little par frame here.
Hey, what's up everyone? I'm here to tell you that today's video is sponsored by Vessi. If you haven't tried Vessi yet, what are you waiting for? We've had so many people tell us how they enjoy having Vessis out on the course and in their everyday life, and even defending world champion Isaac Robinson is now on the Vessi train. He's sponsored by them. He wears the shoes out on the course. Anyways, I'm here to tell you about the brand new Courtside Classic. These shoes are incredible. They are a perfect addition to your Vessi collection with a sleek city urban vibe, and they got all the comfort, durability, and innovation that you expect from Vessi, which means that they are 100% waterproof, not water resistant. So join the massive group of disc golfers that are on the Vessi train, and even the likes of defending world champion Isaac Robinson. What are you waiting for? Go to vessi.com/JomezPro. There you're going to find 15% off your first order. That's vessi.com/JomezPro, or click the link down below, or scan the QR code on the screen right now. Get started today, 15% off your first order. All right, don't wait around any longer. Thanks once again to Vessi for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to it.
Hole 11, back in the woods. This is a 425-foot par 4. It is a very challenging hole because of the landing zones. This tee shot looks like you should fly the way the drone does, maybe hyzer flipping something up that left side, but I kind of like to just throw it at the line of trees on the right and hope you get through lucky. I'm being serious. A flex forehand works great as well, but in reality, it doesn't really matter how far you get. If you're not lined up to that secondary gap with all those skinny trees, this hole is hard.
Oh, look at this flex forehand from Cat Merge, pushing that back wall as hard as you can, getting way down there.
Oh,
no way.
Oh my gosh. She would.
There's nothing there. Look at those tiny gaps. Those are 2-foot gaps at most.
This is like what the picture you would look up if you look up tree jail. This little secondary fairway is the epitome of tree jail. So many tiny trees, so close together.
Looks like Cat Merch has 4 in a row.
Wow. Oh.
Yeah. Do we have a bird prepped?
We do need a bird.
Okay.
I heard a pileated woodpecker today. We haven't done that guy yet.
I do like a good pileated.
Let's do it.
Holyn chucking it at the trees, like Madison said.
Yeah, if you're not going forehand, you just rip something as hard as you can.
Ooh. Eveliina missing the guardian tree just to the right. Actually scoots up to a decent spot.
Taking the pure line here on a backhand just doesn't really set you up for anything favorable.
Ooh,
Kristin, just a little bit too much turn. It's the same mistake we've seen from her on her forehand tee shots today. Thankfully, her second shots are unreal.
Paige, nice drifting backhand shot. Catches a tree, but it's not bad from right there.
Yeah, Paige definitely taking the placement shot approach to this hole. Taking a lot off of that tee shot.
Kristin looks like she's working the flex forehand. Not enough turn.
Oh.
Super lucky.
There's no way that was her intended gap.
No.
But that was great.
It was, yeah. I mean, it was the right angle and speed control and everything. Mm-hmm. But super lucky. Mm-hmm. Holyn lined up to the gap. You can see how narrow this thing is. Oh, yeah.
Wow, the
that's
finesse.
So good.
And the speed control. This green is so fast. That was so impressive.
Holyn 5 down, looking at her second birdie of the round.
Whoa.
Yeah. Paige lined up to the gap, but pulls it just a bit to the right.
That's kind of the story of this hole.
Is that gap, what, like 15, 20 feet maybe?
Yeah.
But longer than it looks on screen.
Just catch any tree on either side, and it can immediately add a stroke. Eveliina finding her way through the middle of the gap, though. She's on the dance floor for birdie.
Gosh, she always looks like she's doing something mischievous. Like she just took a cookie and she doesn't want you to know that she took it.
You can have it, Eveliina. You can have it.
You've earned it.
Yeah. Kristin giving it a pretty good bid from the first corner tree. Paige fortunate to be out here in the middle, but with a long putt for her birdie.
Oh, great looking run. Just a bit on the left side, but perfect speed and height. Bye.
Bye.
Holyn for birdie. Her second birdie of the round to move to 6 down. I just can't get over that.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That is a first for us here in the booth.
Eveliina for birdie. There we go. Strong looking putt. Eveliina gonna move to 4 down.
Eveliina and Holyn 2 of 8 birdies today. This is another hole that I think is just really well designed for FPO.
Kristin once again scrambling very well.
Yeah, I kind of want to look.
Holyn in the solo lead after that birdie. Kat March and Silva Saarinen following. Paige Pierce right behind in a tie for 4th. Hole 12 is a par 3. It's 344 feet. Shoot the right gap, avoid the OB on the right. Try to fade just enough to land on this green. All I can think about is running in slow motion while you're trying to meet the love of your life or win the big sports game, perhaps.
Yeah, this is really building the anticipation here.
I can't think about disc golf. Like, I'm thinking about
who's going to win. It's only
man.
round 1.
God, the music. Anyway, here's how to do it.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that's great. This gap looks wider on the camera angle than it does in real life. It is such a narrow gap, and it's one that doesn't really open up until you are planting. When you're running up, it doesn't even barely look like a gap.
Yeah, you end up throwing right towards that OB on the right side as well. That looks really nice from Holyn.
Such a pretty little touch shot.
And I like ending up on the right side. If you fade to the left too much, that is a steeper hill than it looks and can leave for some tough putting. Holyn, looks like she went nope, she went Jawbreaker Z Flex Vulture. Eveliina, great looking shot as well.
There's a sneaky headwind here.
That was good.
I think throwing these low speed discs is really helping our feature card competitors.
Kristin catches the main guardian tree, kicks left. Just not quite on it today. She's working though. She's clocked in.
She's scrambling.
Putting in the hours.
Paige again a little early off the tee. But with that slower, more forgiving disc, she's in the middle and she'll be able to have a pretty easy up and down here for par.
Kristin from a knee, trying to work the forehand. I mean, that's a great out from where she was. Still a lot of work left for the par.
Like unbelievable power from down on a knee.
Yeah. Paige making quick work of that upshot, no problem. Let's see if she can fix that. Early release off the tee. It's always so difficult when you're having a problem mid-tournament or mid-round to try to fix it.
Yeah, y'all, if y'all paid attention at all, you know that Paige has been struggling with a foot ankle injury for the last year. Sometimes that plant foot is a little weird.
Her power is looking like it's right back where it was, though. Holyn for birdie. Oh, yeah. She moves to 7 down through 12.
Business Holyn is definitely present.
Yeah.
Kristin going to have to settle for a bogey on this par 3. There were 16 birdies on this hole. But it's by no means an easy birdie.
No. Eveliina in, moving to 5 down. She's still bogey free. Looking great out there.
For starting the round a little shaky on the green, Eveliina is looking very solid.
Yeah, cool to see her. I don't want to say turn it around, but maybe just turn it on.
Mm-hmm. Holyn Handley in the solo lead with that birdie. Moving on to the very difficult par 4 on hole 13. This is such a tight gap. It's slightly uphill as well, so you're having to throw hard to get through this gap. The way the drone is flying is one way. You can try to skip a hyzer down here. This fairway that you're left with is not easy, very narrow. Works out for a forehand. A lot of players, though, I think are going to try to go more of a late turn or maybe a forehand and work their way up the right side gap. It's a little bit more forgiving, a lot less trees.
You can see Kat trying to work over to the right, just as Madison said. Gets a friendly little roll even.
Or you can do what all the mid-level players do, all us mere mortals, and we just throw it as hard as we can at those middle trees and hope we have a gap.
See what happens? Yeah, I like to be directly behind the most center of all the
Me
center.
too.
Yeah, trees.
A nice birdie from Cat Merch.
Whoa. Is that 6 in a row? Pileated woodpecker with a golden sombrero, and I think they should
Roller
have
skating?
shoes. Yeah, roller skates. Yeah.
6 in a row out in New London. That is not something I was expecting to see this week. That's so impressive. Holyn following it up with an equally impressive shot here. Some little turn at the end is perfect, really opening up that second shot.
Eveliina trying to work the right side. She's going to end up on the left, but kicks far enough where I think she'll be able to work something down that left side. Much narrower fairway.
You have to have really immense power to get that late flip on this tee shot because of the uphill nature of the hole. It's just takes so much power. Paige, her disc coming out just a little bit late, trying to kind of cheat that right finishing shot. Kristin with the same issue here.
I would say that's more common to hit on that side, trying to get the disc to turn. Okay, Paige lined up to the left side.
Really big kick. That's great.
Yeah, this is one of those courses where you don't want to just miss by a little, you want to miss by a lot. Paige getting caught up very close to a good shot.
It's a very long, very narrow tunnel. Kristin pinched off and having to force a sky forehand. That's not going to have the distance to get there. She's just trying to bite off some distance here.
Yeah, it looks like an easy par. Eveliina also lined up on this left side. Little turnover shot. Too much turn. Oh. Okay.
All right. Circle 2. You're happy with that on this one.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Holyn kind of landing in the mere mortal line. That tree is just right in the way.
Really trusting her shot capabilities here, doing a pitch out in the middle of the fairway here. This is not an easy approach.
Yeah, I like it though, because she was pinched enough where if you try to wrap around the corner too much, you end up in the woods on the right. Way to trust yourself.
This is not a hole where you're looking to pick up strokes either. This is one that most people are ecstatic with a par.
Kristin, not a bad shot, but not quite as good as some of the other little scramble forehands we've seen from her. She'll have a tester for par. Paige,
Third, a long jump putt.
maybe 100 feet almost. Strong looking run. Eveliina, long stepper.
Coming up a little short again. Kristin trying to scramble this par.
Hits right side, but does not stay.
This is in a three-way tie for the fourth most difficult hole. Holyn doing an excellent job navigating this one. Sometimes your pitch out is in the middle of the hole.
Yeah, it's difficult to do what she just did and trust herself on that final approach.
There were only 6 birdies today on this one. So no one is too upset with their pars here. This is 2 bogeys in a row doesn't ever feel good though at New World.
New London.
New London.
I mean,
New courses.
Listen, it's a whole new world. We've never been here before.
Yeah. This also kind of feels like on this course you want to just stack up as many birdies as you can to prepare for going to Ivy Hill.
Let's not talk about Ivy Hill yet.
Yeah.
I'm not ready.
No one's ready.
No, we're going to just stay here.
Mm-hmm.
We're in hole 14. It's a par 3, 390 feet. One of the holes that's like, oh, this is kind of a true gap shot. A lot of this wooded golf, I don't know, it's like more open. But I like kind of a little bit of a flex shot down this hill, trying to get through this left side gap onto this slightly elevated pin on this weird wood box. It's, I'd say, most common mistake, other than not making it out of the gap, is hyzering out into the woods line left. No OB at all, right?
Nope.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Holyn just looking so
yeah.
in control of her disc today.
That's beautiful. She really is. That was an ESP Cicada.
Is this Cicada a putter?
No, I think it's a 7 speed.
Okay.
It's a fairway driver regardless. Eveliina with a nice little roll. Paige with a clean release on that one, getting some great turn.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Really flexing on the distance.
That's her ESP passion.
Kristin getting some nice turn. It's a little early, but manages to miss those guardian trees.
That's perfect. That's the better way to miss rather than too far over to the left. Eveliina up first. Really long look. 75 feet at least.
Just a nice little easy layup, but Kristin is going to run this one.
There we go. Great putt from Kristin.
A really enthusiastic gallery.
I love it. Yeah. Every time they're like, yeah!
Are we really about to have 3 birdies on this hole?
Yeah, they made it look pretty easy, didn't they? I would have guessed that most of the birdies were like circle 2 looks.
Nice.
It's really amazing angle control to get all the way down here and have these short putts.
Yep, only 10 people got to circle 1 in regulation. There's only 12 birdies, 3 here on our feature card.
Defending world champ getting a great birdie there after a couple of bogeys. Holyn Handley has 1 over Kat Mertsch, Paige, and Eveliina in a tie with Silva Saarinen for 3rd.
Hole 15, another par 4. We like this one though because there's no out of bounds. Just got to navigate this one tree on the left-hand side, so it forces you to either get aggressive higher or go under the branches and land something here in the middle. This is definitely one of the easier par 4s on the course at 480 feet. Your second shot is usually just a little standstill backhand approach. No guardian trees you have to worry about unless you come in hot and are on the deep side of the green. This is the second easiest hole of the day, so it's one that everyone is looking to birdie.
Kat Mertsch, she got one par after 6 birdies in a row, so you know she's hungry for more. This definitely, you're kicking yourself if you aren't getting a birdie here, or at least a look.
Yeah, she doesn't even play a hyzer on this one. She flexes something and gets around the corner. Insane distance.
Yeah, her flex game is unlike anyone else's. Always fun to watch. Now checking in with Hannah Bloomers. She's 3 down. Looks like she just came off a bogey. Wow, absolute rip there. And she has that straight, at absolute linear distance. She's not doing anything too crazy. It's wild. Just a little standstill pitch up.
Another birdie for Hannah Bloomroos, bouncing back from that bogey. There were 26 birdies out of 44 competitors here on hole 15.
Holyn riding this right side nicely, gets some good ground play. Should be a simple birdie.
Paige going huge.
Oh yeah, that's great. Wow, so good. Man, maybe we should talk about Ivy because that course is so hard. You really do. You're not going to feel bad about these easy birdies when we're out at Ivy. But boy, they are making it look so easy.
It's nice to be able to play free here with no out of bounds.
Yeah.
That's kind of the theme of Ivy Hill is there's OB lining every single bit of every fairway and green. So you're never really playing loose.
Never.
You are always a little bit
tense.
Yeah, always a little tense, always thinking, trying to control your disc.
Some big shots here. Kristin up first, going forehand. And she pulls it. Surprising mistake. Kristin just not quite on top of her game. Not playing bad, but not playing how you would expect.
Yeah. Impressive for her to still be under par. Some missed shots. Wow. Eveliina is like jump putting.
Yeah, she's, 110 feet away maybe?
Unbelievable.
So good.
It's so crazy. Paige, is she in circle 2? No,
she's 80
out.
feet maybe?
Yep.
So just a nice little 400-foot drive. To an easy birdie. I bet we'll see an eagle. I guess we only play this one more time. But
We can definitely see it. It's there.
Kristin leaves that birdie bid short. She'll have a comebacker for par.
Nice focus on the green. She's made a lot of really clutch putts today to save her pars. Holyn, another birdie.
9 down. Yeah, I was playing the game of guessing what's a good score as well, and I didn't think we'd see double digits.
No, I did not either.
And I thought not in round 1, but like maybe if someone pops off in round 2. But
after they're more comfortable, they have a competitive round under their belt here.
Yeah, but to see Holyn already at 9 is crazy. Like I was thinking 7 to 9 would be fantastic, you know?
Eveliina with a really clean last 9 holes as well.
My buddies and I just helped grow the global disc golf community. Check it out. We got our favorite shirts at Quirky Goodies, and a percentage of the sales proceeds go to the Paul Macbeth Foundation. They build great disc golf courses all around the world. I picked up 3 shirts for myself. This one's my favorite. Hey, if you're like me and you're always looking for a discount code, use this one, JomezPro 15. That'll give you 15% off. QuirkyGoodies.com. Buy a shirt, make a difference.
Hole 16, a par 3, 280 feet downhill. This one, I feel like is just a nice, honest sidearm. Just get it down there. You can do it, girls.
It is one that everyone in the field can do. Everyone.
Yeah. Do you see? I haven't seen really any backhands on this one. I suppose it's there, but
Everyone on my card threw a backhand
Really?
today. I was the only forehand. It is there.
if you have the forehand though, like that's the shot. It's set up perfect for it.
Of course, we're going to watch Henna just mastermind this one.
I mean, look how touchy of a shot that is, though.
Yeah, she kind of almost forced one over a little bit. I think we'll see Silva with a more classic play, like flipping one up and letting it turn at the end.
Wow, so good. As I said, no backhands ever. but really, you do see mostly sidearms here, I think, if you have a serviceable one.
So I almost threw a backhand here today, and I have a serviceable sidearm.
Really?
It's a great backhand hole too. Sure. But you do see the error is you have to get sneaky through that last few trees if you pull it at all, and it's just almost not worth it. It's definitely riskier.
Yeah. Just a real honest sidearm hole.
Yep. Let's do this.
Just a
Bullseye.
Holyn through a Z-glow zone there. Very nice. Paige with a fierce backhand. Oh, wow. Ace running it.
Coming in hot.
She'll be circle's edge deep. Cool line. Oh, man. Scared it. It's dumb that I'm relieved that they're throwing sidearms.
I wonder how long it will take us to have the stat of like how many forehands versus backhands, because I would be
Ooh.
curious about that on a lot of holes.
That would be really cool to see.
Let's see if Kristin can correct her late releases that we've seen. Nice.
A little too early, maybe.
Oh yeah,
just a touch.
And those middle trees are brutal. It's sometimes you're not able to get a putt from there.
Eveliina with a lot of work left. Beautiful approach shot. Kristin not able to run it and actually comes up short on the approach. She catches a tree and now is outside outside the circle for a par. Oh, brutal. That was a good looking putt.
Paige coming back for birdie. Didn't like it out of her hand. This green is another really fast one, but thankfully that putt lays down.
The dreaded 3-putt.
Holyn, another birdie.
And a real honest sidearm.
And an honest turkey. Mm-hmm. Top of 2 eagles and a turkey. Jeez. There were 18 birdies out of 44 competitors. 40% of the field getting this one.
Holyn moving to 10 down through 16. Eveliina also playing well. No bogeys, 6 down. Kristin Tattar struggling, making way more unforced errors than we're used to seeing. And Paige's first bogey of the round.
Cat Merch continuing to stack them up. 8 down through 16. Good enough for second place. Hole 17, it's 520 feet. Another split fairway type of a hole. Your first shot, you have to make a decision. Do you want to go huge and try to get something turning here through this gap? Or You can go big hyzer play as well and hopefully get some good skips, play up the left side of that secondary fairway. There's not one great option. It's just kind of the player's choice here of what feels the best to you. A lot of times, though, you're just scrambling on your second shot, just trying to get through this tree-lined fairway to this very fast green. Holyn, I can't decide if she was trying to flip it.
Yeah. Yeah, it turns out great.
Yeah, that she's far enough to the left where
She shrugs too.
yeah. In practice, we talked about what like trying to force like big skip over there, but she committed to the right turn.
Eveliina turning hers towards the right side. I'm not as familiar with that side. I've been on the left more. I'm not sure what it looks like.
It's definitely a much smaller landing zone over there, but I think it's a significantly shorter tunnel that you have to hit.
Sure. Paige, a little early again out of her hand. Gets some decent distance considering it was that early. I doubt she'll have much of a look from there, though, to attack. Wow.
So this is, to me, this is the play for these types of holes. Just
Yeah.
throw it as hard as you can, right at the middle, and try to hopefully not hit anything.
I dig it. Okay, Paige has a gap here to work on the left side. It's extremely difficult, don't get me wrong, but it's there.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Wow.
Okay.
That
Gets
is
through everything.
such a narrow tunnel.
Nice. Circle 2 is great.
Yeah, it's so hard to do with a backhand. That tunnel lines up, I think, pretty well for a forehand in a lot of cases. Like, that's a really amazing shot.
You're
Eveliina,
left with this type of shot a lot if you're just barely off the fairway. Those little tiny gaps, and Eveliina pulls it.
and this is what I was talking about here, sets up pretty nicely for a forehand. Holyn pulls it a little bit, but gets away with it. They're just going where they're supposed to. Sounds nice.
Eveliina with another small gap, pulls it again, but it's fortunate this time, gets through, gets into the circle.
Yeah, a little bit of a tester for par.
Kristin really pinched here on the sidearm.
That's the best drive I've seen, though. So far down there. Bummer not to see it a bit more rewarded, but she's in circle 2 looking at a birdie.
Paige with a birdie look.
Oh, yeah. That second shot, I can't compliment it enough. And what a putt to finish.
Bouncing back from a 3 putt and then just jamming a circle 2. Come on.
Big circle 2. Awesome.
She wants it. One of 11 birdies today on hole 17.
Kristin leaves her birdie bid just a touch low. Here's Eveliina for a par save. Keep the bogey-free round alive. No pressure.
No. Aww.
Yeah, bummer. That's always a nervy one. Like, you ever have that thought too where you're like, man, I'm bogey-free?
Yes, of course. Holyn with another birdie, looking a little surprised.
Yeah. 4 in a row for Holyn. Pileated woodpecker on top of 2 eagles.
On top of 11 down.
I like to imagine the woodpecker, like, standing on the eagles' backs, you know?
Yes. All flying together.
Yeah, and I hope we get to put a golden sombrero on it.
The woodpecker, though, is not flying. It's just...
It's standing, yeah.
It's got its arms crossed. Maybe it's playing guitar
Ooh,
to our
yeah.
sweet new intro music.
Into it.
Oh, wow.
11 down?
I know. My mind's blown. Every week I say I'm not going to be surprised anymore, but here I am.
Oh, wow. 18 is a par 5, 872 feet. OB lines both sides, keeps you very honest. Let me tell you, it's easy to find the OB on this one. The first shot it's hard to land in a perfect spot to then open up the next shot. There's a couple of key trees you need to miss, perhaps on a flex line. It just depends on where you land on the drive, obviously. Are we seeing eagle bits on this one?
No.
I don't think so, right?
No, I think this is a very true par 5.
Yeah, this one, it's probably the only true par 5 out here.
I think solely because not the distance, but just the fact that the fairways are lined OB both sides.
Yeah, I like landing on this right side where henna is because that's the biggest gap. You can see the left side has more of those trees I was talking about in the middle, kind of creates a pinch point.
This second shot is monstrous. Most people just getting to where that little tree is on their second shot.
And then still throwing another full shot. Henna able to go slow speed standstill.
A little very touchy shot because you have to avoid that tree she just buzzes by, and you have to come in soft because this green slopes downhill towards that OB line, and it is easy to find.
And she's going to finish with a birdie, 5 down for Henna.
This is the second most difficult hole of the day. We had an earlier par 5 that had OB all the way down the right-hand side, so just double the OB.
Holyn, can she finish it with one more?
Oh.
That's turning.
Okay.
Don't panic. It's okay.
Yeah. I just want it. This is a really scary tee shot. Your disc needs to finish to the right, but further in the flight.
And that's such an easy mistake to make. Paige's mistake off the tee has been that early release. And this one, for whatever reason, is just easy to do that. I like the sidearm on this one.
Me too. I just thought about that. Oh. Another early release turned over from Kristin.
Yeah, usually that's a nice play. You're not... Well, I'm not going to get as far, but it's a good way to stay in bounds, generally.
I love that Eveliina still full sending the shot.
Oh my gosh. Come on.
No fear.
Ooh. That's a huge shot.
We're usually trying to get through that gap on our second shot. Crazy.
Kristin throwing 3 with the OB. She's pretty far back here. I would be surprised if she... No, I wouldn't. If she got a par. I'd be impressed, but not surprised.
And no, I feel like par is very difficult. You're right.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's in that low ceiling area.
But I'm not going to be surprised anymore. They're all so amazing.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's so good. Yeah, you're fine. Paige punching through all of those trees. Still such a weird spot to land. There's, like Erika said, not really one good spot.
Unless you're to the right of everything on the road.
But which is so hard to get your disc over there.
Yeah, it's very narrow. Holyn trying to work that right side, and it's looking great. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Eveliina's so far up here. Trying to go huge again. Catches some trees, but gets most of the way through.
Look,
Birdie in play, I think.
That left side can be a little low ceiling. Hopefully she's got a line.
Okay, yeah, would be pretty nuts if Kristin was able to save par from here.
Oh, she is going left side. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, but still so far away. Looking like another bogey and even par potentially for Kristin Tattar. Not the expected result. Let's see if Paige can save it. She pulls it right. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Eveliina able to throw a hyzer. Actually good to be here on this left side. Gotta come in soft.
No.
Oh.
Man, that's a tester, too, to save par.
If there was a heat map of OB, that spot definitely red. It's red hot. Everyone's down there. Holyn's down there, too.
Oh, she might be. She might be. Stop it. Dang.
Yeah, this approach shot is very difficult.
Whoa. Kristin, early. Wow, looking at... This is crazy.
Yeah, looking like she's kind of ready to get out of here.
Looking at a double bogey at best. Or just throwing it in. Paige kind of doubly punished. OB dealing with this branch here.
I know. I understand the OB line on the left-hand side of this fairway because hole 1 is right there, so obviously. But I really just don't understand the right side OB. You know, just let us play in the woods.
Just let us.
We just throw from the trees.
Holyn trying to save her bogey-free round. No, only 10 down. Still, what a showing from Holyn Handley. Coming out swinging in the first round. So impressive.
Eveliina almost able to save the par even with that OB stroke.
And still a solid round even with what looks to be a bogey finish.
Our feature card struggling with hole 18, and they're joining the rest of the field. This averaged at over half a stroke over par. Second most difficult hole of the day. Only 2 birdies. We got to watch Henna Bloomroos. Haley King also got this 4.
Oh, yeah, I saw her throw it in practice. She was lacing the first 2 shots.
What a round from Holyn Handley.
Yeah. Pretty nice when the discs just do what you want, huh?
Her putter was on fire today, too. Kristin definitely has some redemption to get on this on this course in round 3. But in the meantime, we got to completely switch gears. We are leaving the beautiful trees and we're going out to a wide open golf course tomorrow. There will not be anywhere near as many birdies on that one, in my opinion.
Oh.
Who knows, though?
I don't have words.
Yeah, it's another course we've never played before. Tomorrow, we're going to watch Holyn Handley, Kat Murch, Henna Bloomroos, and Silva Saarinen out at Ivy Hill for our first viewing of this course.
Paige Pierce and Eveliina Salonen sliding back to chase card. We still have 4 more rounds, people. It's a marathon out here.
It is a slog.
That is exactly how I describe Ivy Hill to anyone who asks.
Yeah. Thankfully, though, some calm winds and some more beautiful, kind of cooler weather in the morning tomorrow. So come hang with us for round 2 at a brand new course, Ivy Hill. Thanks for hanging today. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 Hot Keys.
Honk.